Hi everyone, welcome back to Have a Beer with Erik. This is review number 34, and for today we have a new can release from Mikkeller. This release was this past Friday, and it is uh, their Beer Geek Cocoa Shake. So it's a barrel-aged stout. It's an imperial stout brewed with cocoa and aged in bourbon whiskey barrels. It is 13%, so it's a big one. Should be a fun beer to drink, and I got to try this beer on Friday when they had the release. I wanted to see how much I liked it, and I really enjoyed it. So I bought some cans, and they had this on cask as well. It was a variant with maple, um, chili peppers, cinnamon, and something else, and it was really good. So it's time to see what how it tastes like from the can. Hopefully, it tastes either as good or better. So I bought several so that I could try one fresh, and then the rest just let them age for a little bit. So, ooh, this is very thick. Just pitch black. I can smell the bourbon all the way here. And we have about a finger of head. And yes, as you noticed, I changed my background finally. I just decided to move over to this side of the table, and the lighting actually looks pretty good, and that was my main concern. So now now you guys don't have to worry about all the weird things in my background. Now I just have a window and a door, so that's good. Right. Yeah, the bourbon is very present in the smell. Up front, up close, it gets more like chocolatey, kind of fudgy, kind of like a brownie, like a boozy brownie, and kind of like as if you made like a bourbon cake and you made it with chocolate. That's basically what it smells like. All right, time to try it out. Cheers, guys. That's fantastic. It's very thick mouthfeel, very rich. Definitely a lot of chocolate in there. A lot of bourbon as well. It has a very nice, uh, very present barrel character. I'm very pleased with this. It was a little pricey, but I ended up buying 3 cans just because I wanted to age. I'm not sure if I'll age 1 or 2. Might age 2. So just want to see how the beer changes. And so this past weekend, I had a really fun weekend. On Saturday, I volunteered for the Bayside Brewfest, and I got to drink some beer. And then I went over to the Karlstrasse Oktoberfest, and I got my stein from there. So now I'm up to 3 steins. It's the Beer Project Stein, the Society Stein, and the Karlstrasse Stein. And I am aiming to get at least 1 more, hopefully ceramic. If not, then I'll just stop at those 3. I'm not really trying to get any glass ones this year. Well, actually I already have 1, so 3 ceramic and 1 glass. So I'm currently the opposite of what I did last year. Last year I had 3 glass ones and 1 ceramic one. So we'll see if I get my last one that I want. If not, then oh well, no big deal. And the pure one and the society one have a refill special, so I'm planning on going back and filling those up. And then I'm not sure about the Karlstrasse one. I'm gonna have to look into it. But yeah, and then I went there, and then I went to a friend's party, and I took some nice beers. So it was a pretty fun day. And Friday was when I got my Society Stein, and some very refreshing beers there. And I really enjoyed both Karlstrasse's and Society's Oktoberfest beers. They're both wonderful. Um, And I still have a few more Oktoberfest beers that I want to try. So on this last second week of Oktoberfest, I definitely want to try some more before all the Oktoberfest celebrations start to die out. But and then I'm gonna make my Bottle Logic trip sometime this week to pick up the Side and Mine, which is their barrel aged barley wine, and they finally announced Paisley Cave Complex on their website, on their Instagram, and so Academy of Explorers sales should already be on, so I'll be getting that bottle plus hopefully I get the 3 bottles on Sunday, and that's an amazing stout, so can't wait to try it. Gonna have to make that trip. The window's from the 13th to the 28th of this month, so gonna have to plan that out because I have a wedding in between. But I'm really excited for that, and I'm sure a lot of people are as well because that was the most sought after beer during Week of Logic, and most people thought it was the best one there, and I agree with that. So hopefully I get some bottles besides my Academy of Explorers one. This is a very sweet beer. It's very fudgy, chocolatey, brownie batter, like boozy brownie batter, and I really love the cask one. It's obviously it was a room temperature, but the maple and the chilies, I thought it blended so well, just some sweet and some spicy, but and then it was very thick, so it wasn't it didn't allow the spiciness to take over, and it was very well balanced. And then yeah, it was just I love Mikkeller. Definitely one of my favorite breweries in San Diego. I always love their Beer Geek beers. They're a kind of underrated stout, but it's been dying down. But I think that they'll definitely start to pick up because they're delicious. And I'll probably I don't know if they run out of these cans, but we'll see. And yeah, we'll can't wait for the next variants of their Beer Geek series. I still have some of my maple vanilla shakes and one last can of the what was it? The regular vanilla shake. And I have some other cocoa shakes as well. I have the bottles that they released back in December, and actually haven't opened either one. I only got to try it on tap, so I might just pop that open this weekend maybe, just to be able to compare it to this batch, see how it differs. It's really nice, very nice. I feel like some people might think it's a bit too sweet for them, but I have a huge sweet tooth, especially for chocolate, so I think this is perfect for me. Um, I think this is the best stout that they've brewed in a while since their X beer. That was a brandy barrel aged. No, there's a bourbon barrel aged and a brandy barrel aged version of the X. They were like super high percentage. They're like 16-ish and like 15%, and this one's 13. So they've been cranking out some pretty heavy beers, and excelling at them too. They're not like nowhere near like super boozy. Like the barrel actually goes really well with the adjuncts, and they've been able to craft well beers like that. So uh, definitely, whenever you see them do a barrel aged release, I would definitely check it out, especially their stouts, because they're definitely top notch, and definitely underrated as well. But yeah, I think that's it for this video. So this weekend, so Bottle Logic, and then next weekend I'm going to an Oktoberfest Beer Fest. So that should be pretty exciting, and that should be wrapping up my Oktoberfest celebrations. And I have until the end of October to go back to society to refill my stein. So I'll be going back there, hopefully a couple times, because their lagers are really good. They're just mainly known for their IPs, but their lagers are definitely top notch. And definitely going back and getting at least a couple pours on my stein, because they're a great brewery. Definitely very underrated as well. But for my rating for this beer, I think I'm stuck between a 4.5 and 4.75. Might be leaning more towards a. It's hard to tell. I think I'll give it a 4.75 for now. I'm just very, very well pleased, and I don't see why I wouldn't give it that score. But yeah, 4.75 for Beer Geek Cocoa Shake, which is absolutely delicious. And until then, I'll see you guys next week. Cheers.